Someone asked me once, what's up with this gasm thing? What is that? And I said, great question. What else is possible with gasmic energy? What is gasmic energy? What are the possibilities of it? And my intention for this is that Gasm, being pure source energy, is an infinite, abundant, everlasting source of pure source energy. The energy that created everything. Our bodies, our world, the snow, the things in our lives, the beings, the interactions, that's pure source energy. And that's alive within our cells, within our minds, and it's creating our realities. So, to get vulnerable and share, this came to me because I kept asking the question, what would it take to want to be here? I was perceiving a lot of intensity, of grief, of judgment, of shame, and it was really heavy, and it was really yuck, and it was a lot of what the fuck. And so I would ask all the time, what would it take to want to be here, to desire to be here, to choose to be here every day, to feel empowered with my choice to be here? Because I had the innate knowing that I chose to be here, that I'm creating this experience, that I am greater than this body, greater than this experience, but that doesn't take away sometimes from the intensity of having emotions, experiencing emotions, these emotions getting stuck or slowed down by how society has imprinted us with how long an emotion should last, what processing looks like, spiritual bypassing. And so this gift of the Gasm potential has truly been a gift to receive and to empower my soul to be present in my body, to not dissociate when I'm feeling grief or when I'm having an anger response or when I'm in resistance to human responsibilities or taking care of others when I'm tired. I've begun to feel the beauty under these things, and that is the foundation of these things and why I'm creating these experiences with the gift of the Gasm. So my Why-Gasm involves bringing this pure source energy through everyday experiences like eating with food gasms or sound gasms, and pure source energy through our senses, sensation gasms, pleasure gasms, play gasms, and cuddle gasms. So taking something that's tangible so that I have this invitation, this opening to be in my body, to stay present in my body even when things are intense or extra or triggering or activating. There is this invitation to be in my body because something like pure source energy is carrying it. This gasmic energy is a vehicle to carry grief or heartache or pain, and to really facilitate its movement through the vessel so that it doesn't get stuck or derailed by stories or trauma imprinting or projections, expectations, separations, judgments, reactive realities, all of this that's unearthing actively and that we're perceiving from our environment, from our friends and our family that have been alive in our choice and our beingness for eons, thousands of years. And so this is an invitation to come home to our potency, to own and reclaim our awareness that we are creating this experience and that we can choose for it to be gasmic, for it to be fun and pleasurable, even when there's this perceived story that grief has to be tears and wallowing and grieving for extended periods of time. What are the possibilities that Gasm helps this emotion, though it is a lower vibrational emotion, to move at an appropriate pace that is safe, sanctioned, and appropriate by you, for you, and through you at source frequency, the highest frequency that has created everything, that is connected to truth, that is connected to knowing and being and perceiving and receiving from all that we're creating. and acknowledging that having is evidence of wanting is one of my favorite quotes from Existential Kink. So everything that we're creating, like some aspect of us has desired that, desires this grief, desires this slowing down, desires this crying, desires this intensity, desires this need to feel, and getting wrapped up in that to prove that we're a part of the human experience, or whatever reason. So unshaming all the things that we're perceiving and matching it and co-creating for what else is possible with the gift of the gasm is my why, and how this can contribute to our multidimensional awareness. Our astral bodies in Dreamspace can receive from this gasmic potential if our intentions are to send that pure source energy to our dream space, to our astral bodies, to have ease and total awareness and spaciousness and freedom, liberation, fun, whatever your intention is with the gasm into dream space, so that whatever your subconscious is bringing up to be seen in your dream space is infused with this pure source gasmic energy. So GriefGasms. What would it take to receive rest and rejuvenation and a sense of safety and a sense of clarity and awareness from GriefGasms? You know, what would it take to not wake up tired and exhausted and triggered or disgruntled or discombobulated from all the spaces we've been in our dreamland, and infusing this gasm to preserve our energy bodies for wherever we travel, as far as different timelines, different lifetimes, past or future versions of ourselves. We can send this gift of gasm to past versions of ourselves. And this is probably my favorite part as far as healing, coming back to wholeness, energizing, moving through awarenesses that are related to transgenerational trauma, is that I can send this to my past self. These awarenesses, this healing, this pure source energy and light that is rejuvenating, that is detoxing at a cellular level, and we can send that to our ancestors. We can send this empowerment, this zhuzh of the gasm to our ancestors, so that they feel loved and supported and seen and have hope that they will carry through that, and that their lineage is going to expand past this, and that their lineage is going to carry on and evolve through this intensity, and that there's no wrongness, there's no good or bad or evil about what's going on. It just allows space for things to be as they are. So if there is a GriefGasm and we're perceiving that it's related to a childhood experience where we didn't feel seen, we didn't feel heard, we didn't feel safe or secure, we can send this GriefGasm potential, this energy, pull it through our bodies, through our heart space, ignite that and illuminate that unconditional love, that openness, that sense of potency and truth and beingness. We can inhale that and really be with that, invite that to flow to all our cells and our organ systems to clean out any heaviness or density that's locking this grief in place, and have it move to that past self, to the seed that this trauma imprinting or projection, expectation, fear was imprinted, and allow that energy to infuse that space with our intention alone. This is as easy as saying, I intend for this to happen, to be, and perceive that sense of this is real, because what we say is real is reality. That's how that works. Nothing is real until you say it is. So if you have this conviction, this sense of knowing and trust in your power and your potency and your truth, that you can go back in time and contribute to this little child, innocent version of yourself that experienced a really intense emotion, and to send them support and love and a hug, or just hold them close to your heart, then that will be received, and that will be perceived and resonate across all timelines, so that we can't change that experience that happened, that caused that trauma, but we can contribute energy and magic to that space, so that there isn't that imprinting that says, like, all the reactive realities that were created from that experience or trauma that created grief or created anger is not going to influence the choice or the expression that your child self carries forward. So what are the possibilities and choice that is created from sending this one GriefGasmic, love-gasmic, pure source energy to that space, and all the lifetimes and timelines and variations of you that exist? We will feel lighter, we will feel more reserved, we will feel more supported when influenced, or we realign with the space that is introducing that energy again. Like, no, I'm in my potency, I am in my truth, I am supported, I am divinely guided, and nothing can take that sense away from me, because we are aware of and acknowledging just how massive this can truly be. So we can perceive this gasmic zhuzh and go to the seat of where inflammation in the body was created, where disease or dis-ease or negative thought patterns, or just patterns in general, addictions, where any of those were created that are not serving us any longer, and we've come to the awareness, the consciousness level, the frequency, and the just open-mindedness to see, like, this isn't serving me anymore, this isn't resonant, what would it take to change this? What kind of gasmic potential can I be and embody that would literally liberate, detox, cleanse all of my cells, my molecules, my meridians, my chakra centers, my etheric body, catheric body, and just create more space, create more wholeness, come back to a fully recalibrated, rejuvenated sense of self, that truest, highest self that is not influenced by these toxins, these wee beasties that for some reason we chose and created this experience that I am, when we said I am sick or I am tired of this, and how that actualize in our bodies, and realizing that things, words like that, sentences like that are heard and received in this giant, magnificent, divine vessel. It's like, oh, we're sick and tired? Oh gosh, okay. So then it has this, it creates like a physical experience of maybe an allergic reaction to the environment. Oh, I'm sick and tired of being on Earth. Be careful with your words. They are potent. The potency of prayer, if we want to compare it to something, our words are strong. They are spells. They have energy that infuses our human experience, our multidimensional experience. So dissolving, dissipating, destroying, and uncreating all the places we've been sick and tired, or where I usually just say, like, I'm over this. I am completely over this. And so in that pivot, in that rewire of that sensation, that feeling, or, you know, I will admit I am still being in resistance, but it's also an invitation to get over it, to ascend to a higher place, to zoom out and say, oh, I am over it. I am at a higher frequency. I am at bird's eye view. What is this? What would it take to change it? What's the beauty under this? What kind of gasmic energy can I infuse through this human experience in using my magic and my miracle and the possibilities that I can wield through this experience, whether that is my matrix jaw, whether that is an uncomfortable emotional confrontation, and seeing seeing with that over this, or bird's eye view, what else is possible, and asking that question. And yeah, that's my Why-Gasm. To embody, to stay in body, to choose my body daily, to feel the pleasures and the sensations and the gifts, whether they are in polarity and there is a dynamic shift every which way as energy moves and ebbs and flows, to choose my body, to remember my choice to be here, to be an allowance. I think a beautiful gift of the Gasm is that there is a greater sense of allowance, because I can perceive this pure source energy and light and healing capacity and regenerative and unique version of me, my own beingness, through all things in my life, all things that I'm creating, all creationships, all conversations, connections, realignments. There is this pure underlying source of magic and light and joy and fun and play, and it makes being here way more fun and exciting. So what are the possibilities of creating from the gift of gasmic potentiality and infusing our own why for being here in life, on earth, experiencing this earth school curriculum, the contribution that the soul and the body, the being as this divine vessel for pure source energy, is able to contribute to the environment, to the experience, to our family and our friends, just by being. And so infusing your why, whether that is to teach, whether that is to be a healer, whether that is to be a mom or a dad, or tending the earth and contributing to the rejuvenation of our planet. That's your why, infusing pure source light through that to exponentiate it, to give it that zhuzh that is required to pull in the resources in this realm or from our divine team to actualize this why, to contribute to this why and the fruitful profitability of this why that you came here to manifest and unfold. And profitability meaning that everybody involved receives greater awareness or spaciousness, or just a sense of greater for being engaged. And so what else is possible with your Why-Gasm? Have fun.